Hello, everyone, and I'm Rosemary Levesque. We are here today on Thursday, July 17, in this magical time in our history of Avini. This is an Avini call, and we're all independent distributors or guests of independent distributors, and we welcome you here. We're just, here comes the disclaimer, and I kind of don't like disclaimers because I like to proclaim things. I like to proclaim that we are whole, healthy, wonderful, magical human beings who have gifts that we are ready to share, that the body can heal itself. And then the disclaimer, of course, is that we're not going to make any medical claims or financial claims or anything like that. No claims except the one that we are powerful human beings, that, oh my gosh, we have something really good to share with the world. So I just wanted to, in this welcoming of everybody, say that the format for this call, we're going to keep it a little bit loose in that I'm remembering what it was like back in 2006 when I first started listening to our calls. And back then we were not Avini. Avini is a 3-year-old company. The biochemist is the same. A lot of the people who belong in Avini are the same as we were when we started back in 2005 and 2006. And the way we learned, the way I learned, the way Bev learned and other people was by conference calls. We didn't have Zoom back then. We had conference calls. And the conference calls, we dial up. I know Irva remembers this too,
Oh,
where
I
we
do.
just want to listen in. We would listen in, and there would be an overview of the company, an overview of what is Zeolite, what are our products, how do they work, and then we would share a few testimonies. And that's what the calls were like. That's how we learned everything. That's how we learned everything. Oh, you can put this in your eyes. You can take it like this. You can give it to your dog. It was just phenomenal. So I want to just open it up for that in that way and ask people who are attending today if there is something outstanding that you want to proclaim also, that you feel really good about when you are using Avini products. Is there anything personal, experience-wise, testimony-wise? Is there anything wonderful and outstanding that would be something you would be excited to share? And it can be the tiniest little thing because somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Yes, Elita.
Okay, I'm demuted. Um, so this was just recently. My dog, Inyo, she turned 8 in March of this year. So I finally got her spayed. Oh gosh, that was early June. And when I was looking over the whole process and stuff, I says, okay, okay, okay. And then it got down to the medication for anti-inflammatory for pain relief. I knew what that product was because I used to be a veterinary technician, and I said, I don't want her to have that. What else could I use? Well, I already had it. It was the Plus Relief for pets. And so the veterinarian didn't object to it, but what she wanted was just a picture of it, front and back, know what the ingredients are. I said, not a problem. I sent her the ingredients. So my girl was spayed, and I gave it to her from the dose for her weight. She's 67 pounds. I did it 3 times a day, and sure, they took, she was spayed. Her insides were taken out, but it only took about 2 days, and she was fine. I continued with that for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. I continued to give her the plus relief, as opposed to the medication that they wanted me to give her. And I said, no, no, no. So I will be seeing the veterinarian in December for her wellness check. And I will definitely let her know that this product worked for her. So I'm very excited. that I was able to do
I'm
that.
so excited for you too, Alita, and
Hmm.
I'm excited for every dog and cat on the planet because what you did for Eno, a lot of people don't know about, and vets do not have the answer. We've talked about this before. What do vets have for inflammation and pain? What do they have?
They have drugs. They have, I mean, they're chemicals. I don't know if I can say the name of the product.
Sure. Yeah,
Carpro,
you have
uh,
experience as a professional.
carprofen. Yeah,
Say
it's
again.
just carprofen. And carprofen, it's a medication that we usually gave for animals, cats or dogs that had undergone some kind of surgery, and it's usually a spay or a neuter.
Mhm.
Um, but that was one that I already knew that was going to be on the list of the things that they wanted to give me to, pay for. And I said, no, no, everything sounds great. I'm doing the spay for my dog, but I don't need that. It's okay. They're like, well, do you already have some at home?
Mhm.
No, I have another product, but I'll talk to the veterinarian about that. So,
Yes. Yeah. Well, you know,
yeah.
kudos to you because speaking
Mhm.
to an authority figure can feel difficult, can feel overwhelming because they're authority figures, right? But you have wisdom and knowledge and confidence that what we have is far superior to what most medical professionals have their hands on. Things that have side effects, the
Mhm.
opioids, yeah, it's just awful. They just don't have the
No,
choices
right.
for animals, and we have to be the advocates for animals. So yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
I love
sure
it.
thing.
Yeah. Does anybody else have any exciting news that they'd like to share about Avini, their personal experience with products? We're just focusing right now on products here. Anne, would you like to speak?
Yeah, well, I was doing
Yeah.
stuff and forgotten. So let me see, which is it? Oh, well, it's good enough. Plus relief anyway, okay?
Mhm.
My poor little finger from this knuckle down to here was bright red. I got stung by a wasp. I don't know how many times. Oh my God, it was so red and hurt and whatever. And it's almost gone. It still itches, but I didn't go to no doctor, didn't need one. I just put the Plus Relief gel that I thought, what do I need gel for? I like the spray and the roll on. Now I know why I like Plus Relief gel. And I think by tomorrow it's going to be gone.
And
It's
when did this
about
happen?
4 days total.
Okay. Boy, that's a huge deal because I've experienced stings like that, multiple stings, and so has my dog. Now, I know I tend to talk about animals quite a bit because I have a lot of experience with it, but what do animals do? They get their nose into a nest. And yellow jackets, especially in the fall, they'll get their nose into an underground nest, and next thing you know, they're getting stung. Well, that happened to me too. I didn't get my nose in a nest, no, but my dog did. And in brushing them off her, I also had a sting. So Plus Relief helped you. I didn't have Plus Relief years ago. Now, the other thing
Baking soda is what
too,
I did the first day. The first
and
treatment was baking soda.
uh-huh. And Cell Defender, I would imagine, would be very helpful for you
And that's
because
what I
Cell
used then.
Defender, yep, pulls the poison out, captures the poisons, plus relieves
Yep.
inflammation. So this is a great combination, especially for your emergency kit. So if you
Mhm.
have a little a fanny pack, a little zipper pouch bag you can wear around your waist, that's what I do when I go out with my dog, especially if you're on a trail or on a long walk. Put in your Nano Silver and Plus Relief and Cell Defender. Those would be the emergency items that I would put into a fanny pack for yourself and for animals. Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
That's a wonderful testimony. That's pretty quick to get out of danger.
Yeah.
Mhm. Would anybody else like to share anything about how you're using Avini products and how they've helped you personally or somebody you know?
A
I can
couple
give
of,
one.
well,
Well, hang on a second. Anne. I know you're so enthusiastic. I love it. Marilyn, Bev, Irva, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Well, I don't know if most people know, but I've been on these products since 2008, or after you, and I'm 85 years old. I get up every morning. I go to after breakfast. I go to the gym. I work out for an hour on elliptical treadmill, pull down weights. Then I come back and I live in independent living apartments. I go to an exercise class 5 days a week. But I also eat healthy. The only medication I take other than these products is my levothyroxine, which I have hypothyroidism. But I feel great all the time. I have plenty of energy, but I think exercise is important. I know a lot of people that I've heard talk on, even Robin's talk. Some of them do not seem like they exercise, but exercise is very important. And like I say, I'm 85, I'll be 86 in February, and I feel great every day.
That's incredible, Irva. And you and I have known each other for many years. I just love you love to come on and share. I love that you're exercising, but that's also part of your lifestyle. You used to be a marathon runner. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. hmm And so you
Everyone
value. Go ahead.
I value, but I'm talking about people speak up on these, like on Robin's show. A lot of them talk about, well, they guess they ought to exercise. They don't. A lot of them don't exercise. They take all the products, but a lot of them talk like they do not exercise.
That's very possible. You could absolutely be right, Irva. I see that,
Very
of
important
course.
to exercise. I mean, you walk your dogs, and I don't have dogs, but I know y'all get plenty of it. Get plenty of exercise. But I think everyone, no matter what age you are, you need to have a healthy lifestyle, but you also need to exercise. And the exercise should be
Absolutely.
a part of that.
And I love that you're able to exercise. Now, Marilyn can relate to this. Marilyn, you're exercising now. You've added that to your regimen. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, I think a lot of people know, and if they don't know, they should know that at senior citizens, if you're on Medicare, that Planet Fitness is free. And so I went there, and now I go 3 times a week, and I go on the treadmill for 2 miles each day. So each day that I'm there. And then I do the hydro massage, and I just love it. When that roller goes over my back, and
Uh-huh.
I just love it. It's like a personal masseuse. So
Well, you're also in your 80s, Marilyn, and you've been able to move around, be active. You know, one of your very first testimonies was cleaning up after a storm, cutting branches off a tree and throwing them over the fence and working for how many hours? 5 hours?
5.5 hours. Yeah.
5.5 hours. My gosh, right? Having the energy to live your life, to do things you want to do, to move, to exercise. It all matters. Every bit of it matters. Bev, do you have anything exciting you'd like to share to kick us off here?
Well, only that the cell defender gave me my life back. And when I was so fatigued, I couldn't function. And I was wake up feeling like I was run over by a truck. And now I can do things. I don't use a cane anymore where I did for years. And I would only drive for 10 minutes at a time. And I couldn't walk around a superstore. So life certainly changed for the better for me when I got the product.
Wow.
Exactly. And you know, every time I'm trying to reach Bev, where is she? She's out somewhere. She's out talking to people, she's visiting people, she's at the store, she's, you know, doing something. She is one of the busiest people I know. And yet we try to
I want
find
to second that.
time,
I
we
want to
try to
second because
find time to talk every day. Yes, Irva?
I wanted to second that. I've called. She is a busy person. She's always helping people. Yeah.
Yes, yes. She's always helping people. So regarding what's going on here, if I may share also, I've got my hydration here. So many things are interesting for me right now in my personal experience. And because of circumstances that I'm trying to heal at the moment, I'm finding it's only the Avini products that I'm able to consume.
Mhm.
I need to hydrate, so I'm using our Hydration Plus. I need to have some calories, so I'm using our meal replacement. And these things are able to sit with me right now without any drastic consequences if I were to eat food. I'll just put it that way. You don't need all the details. But having these Avini products gives me something to hydrate and get some nutrition. And I am so grateful for that, because if you can't absorb water and you can't absorb nutrition, Avini is an answer for you. Are there any senior citizens or any people going through surgery or any certain circumstances who cannot absorb water and cannot absorb nutrition? Do they need a little extra? Well, we have some answers for everybody there. Regarding who is Avini, we talked at first about some of the excitement everybody is feeling about their personal testimonies and what's going on in their life. And I took a whole bunch of notes from our master distributor last night, Marcy Littlejohn. She has a business call on Wednesday nights. And you would think I would have heard everything by now, but sometimes you hear things in a different way. So I took pages of notes on
God.
what she said. Yeah. So why Avini? Why now? And who is Avini? Rick Deitch is now one of the owners of Avini, and he is the biochemist who created our cell defender. He is the one who created it back in the early 2000s when he was working this stuff in his kitchen, trying to perfect what nature has given us, a crystal that soaks up toxins. And he was able to perfect it so well that when it became very effective for people like Bev, for people like Irva and all of our early adopters here, um, everybody else wanted to copy it. And I heard from Bev earlier today, she said, have you ever heard of Dave Neff? Have you talked to him? He says, Bev, what did Dave Neff say about our product? Yeah, I have to unmute.
Mm, they're life-saving products. He's going to be speaking Saturday morning.
Okay.
Yes,
And he said there's nothing like them.
that's right. There's nothing like them. They are top of the line, ahead of their time.
Who else was top of the line, head of their time, out there in the marketing world, not necessarily supplements? I mean, think back 20, 30, 50 years. Who was an innovator many years ago?
Alexander Graham Bell, Edison,
Yep, yep.
Ford, Henry Ford.
Geniuses, right? The geniuses who developed how to use electricity, cars, um, energy. These innovators were game changers. They changed the way the world thought about things. And you know what? Rick Deitch is one of them.
Yeah.
Rick Deitch is a genius who has given us a game changer. Everybody else who came along after Henry Ford might have been smart, but they weren't the ones that created that. Everybody who came after Tesla, they were probably pretty smart, but they weren't the one who thought of it in the first place.
Mhm.
So Rick Deitch, think of Rick Deitch like that he is the cutting edge game changer. He is the one who is setting the pace for how we are thinking about natural healing. So why Avini? Why now? We are ahead of the game. We have unique products. Nobody else has this. Everybody else is trying to copy it, but nobody can copy it. Nobody has his process. On his call the other day, he said, oh, I'm cooking up a batch right now. He's cooking up a batch, not somebody else from some other company, some other place is cooking a batch. No, he is cooking a batch. We have the best products and the proprietary, get that right, process for making the cell defender, which is going to take out all the heavy metals and toxins. Most people agree, and I posted this earlier today, most people agree, most people are aware that we live in a toxic world. It used to be 20 years ago, we had to teach people that. We had to convince people of toxicity. The Environmental Working Group did a study on umbilical cord blood of newborn babies and found more than 250 toxins in the umbilical cord blood of those babies. That was, I think, 2007. They were cutting edge for their research. But now we're at a time where most people get it. Most people know that we are living in a toxic world and we're like little sponges soaking it all up. Everything we eat, breathe, drink, put on our skin, everything, walking across the street, you're getting the car exhaust on you, for Pete's sakes. I mean, just, it's everywhere. You don't have to convince people anymore that we live in a toxic world, but you might want to show them a solution because most people don't know Avini exists. I love what Larry Starr's friend says about Avini. He said very simply, anybody within 3 feet of him, have you heard about Avini? Have you heard about Avini? And most people will not have heard about Avini. Would you like to be the one to share that with them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
want the shirt that Bev had too, the Avini shirt, but I can't find it online.
it's in the swags in your back office.
No, hers looked more like a regular shirt instead of a t-shirt.
There are several to choose from. I'll help you with that later, Ann, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The timing is perfect. You're in at the beginning of, even though Rick has started this a long time ago and Neil has as our CEO, has the background for this company, we've got years and years and years of experience that have taken away all of the obstacles and we are just moving forward. We're growing exponentially. So you're in at the beginning, you're in at the top. I mean, how close to the top is everybody here? Really, really close to the top. Why? Because Marcy, our master distributor, sponsored me. If you're in my group, you're at the top. And Bev, you were sponsored by Marcy too. If you're in Bev's group, which we are, you're at the top. So you're in a place of magnificence. Say that to yourself. I'm in a place of magnificence where I have an opportunity to share something that nobody knows about. We have resources, and I can put those in a link. We can talk about our resources on another call. There are people who are suffering, who are looking for something natural. They might not know that their ailments, their disease, despair, pain are caused by or have something to do with toxicity. It does. Put in there, do a search online for whatever it is they have and heavy metals and see what you get. It's pretty incredible. And we also have ways to develop our skills so that we can share these messages most effectively. What's your one tip of the day? Because we are keeping this call very short. Do you have a tip for everybody, for anybody who is listening, who is new and maybe they're new in Avini, they've just started, or they're just looking around. What's your tip of the day?
I would say for me, my tip was I had to focus. I felt so scattered. I should do this, I should do that, whatever. And I had to go within and ask myself, what do I really want to do? And I said, Avini, I want to help people get well. Everybody's doing a diabetes course, but not everybody's doing Avini yet. And I want to be on the top and show them. So that's what drove me to my focus, and hallelujah.
I love that you have focus, Anne. I think that's incredible. And going within to find what it is you want. For some people who don't know about Avini yet, they go inside and they say, I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I want to be healthy. I want to live my life and I want to help people. Well, they don't know what the vehicle is yet. So
Mhm.
going inside and coming up with an Avini answer feels like it could be a solution for a lot of people. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Anybody else have a tip for the day?
Yes, Rosemary, as a nurse, I went into nursing so I could help people and make a difference in their lives. But this way I can help people and they can help people and I can teach people to help people and make a
Mhm.
really big difference in their life. Not just
So in
one of
other
them.
words, your tip of the day is open your mouth.
That's right. Open our mouth and help others and help them help others. Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid. Have your confidence of when you have that unshakable belief of how Avini has helped you personally, or maybe you're not quite there yet. You're going on the evidence of how Avini has helped other people. So often I hear, oh, you know what? If this helps me, I will shout it from the rooftops,
Yep.
right? There is that kind of phrase, and I love that. They want to see how things work for them. I love that. And I also love the person who says, wow, it's helped thousands of people just like me. Okay, I believe, right? So there are a couple different kinds of belief, but I love that this confidence that people have, this belief that people have that it doesn't have to help me yet. I have faith that it will, but it's helped all these other people, so I'm going to share it anyway, because you never know. They might need it more than I do. Why should somebody else wait for me to have a result? Even though it'll probably only take 2 weeks to get a result.
Mhm.
You know, it didn't take a lot for me to get excited because I've been in the business. I've been with Avini now for 3 years. But when I heard something a month or so ago, and you mentioned it again, it just solidified why I believe in Avini. And it is for the doubters out there. Oh, I don't know about this. And I say, okay, do this. Think of a disease. I don't care what it is. Think of a health situation. Google it. And let's say it's cancer, if that's the one that you want to look at. Whatever it is, put that disease and then put and heavy metals right after it and see what happens. I don't care what you put in, if it's a disease, if it's a body, and see what happens. And that's what Avini does. We take the heavy metals out, and almost everything is caused by the accumulation of heavy metals in the body. And when I saw that, Rosemary, a couple of months ago, or somebody said it or whatever, I thought, wow. And I did it. And what an eye opener. So
Yeah.
for the doubting Thomases, that's, if you want to try it and it'll bring it home to you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I love that, Marilyn. I love that you investigated that yourself as well.
Yeah.
It's true. Marcy says on her call, it's true. Well, yeah, you can do your own research. Absolutely. Hey, Irva, do you have a tip for us? It sounded like you were giving a tip about exercising earlier.
Well, I don't really have a tip. You know, I have not been a distributor all these years. I've been taking these products for years, but I have never, down in Alabama, I have never gotten anybody. I've tried to get two people interested, but, you know, I have not.
Well,
My daughter's took them for a while.
well,
But, you know,
excuse me, Irva, here's what I'm getting from you though. You have been taking these products for years and years. So my tip, based on what you're saying, is don't run out. Keep going. Keep
never
taking
give
it.
out.
Don't run out.
Listen, I ain't never given out these products. I've been taking them all these years. I took the old products, and then I've been taking Avini since we've had Avini. I've never given
Exactly.
out.
Exactly. And we keep doing it because when we stop, that's when a lot of people notice that, you know, an ache or a pain comes back,
Mhm.
or they weren't able to do something. and they start taking our products again, and they're able to get back on board again. So the tip that I have is don't run out. Don't run out. Just keep going.
Let me
Keep
get,
trying
you
keep
know,
trying the
I broke,
products. Keep trying new products, because you might find Cell Defender, which is our tip of the spear. Well, what did I say when I started the call? I've got my hydration and my meal replacement. Boy, I don't think I could live without those these days, right
when I,
now.
listen, when I had my hip surgery, I broke my hip. I fell over about 14, it's been 15 weeks ago. I never took a pain pill when I was in the hospital. You can ask them at the hospital. I was not in pain. I never took a pain pill.
And that says something about how you've been taking care of yourself, Irva. Yeah, you're really darned amazing. There's no question about it. Hey, I want to keep this call short. I saw Patricia just came on, and Patricia, we are going to keep to my word of trying to keep this to a half an hour. So I'm going to make sure I send the recording out to everybody. I thank you so much for being here, and I hope you found this beneficial.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
stop the recording.